Hey, what's going on, guys? Shak-Reacts here once again, and today's two crazy clips of the worst dates I can find. And like always, guys, my favorite clip will be at the end, but in this first one, it is absolutely absurd. This girlfriend wants to cheat on her boyfriend during vacation.
Am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my girlfriend's plane ticket after she decided to stay longer on her trip without me? So here's the deal. I planned a 2-week vacation to Italy. I paid for the flights, hotels, everything. Ooh. Because I make more than she does, and I wanted it to be a stress-free trip for the both of us. Everything was great until the last day when she tells me she wants to stay longer to find herself and think about our relationship without me. She didn't discuss this.
Oh my God.
She didn't discuss this with me beforehand, and it completely blindsided me. I was hurt, and I told her that if she feels that she needs time alone, then she should also be independent financially during this extension of her trip. I said I wouldn't be paying for her return ticket whenever she decides to come back. Now she's upset, calling me unsupportive and selfish. And some of our friends are saying I'm being an a-hole because I left her stranded in a foreign country without financial help.
Yeah, it seems to me that she wants to find herself, but really just wants to find a new man. These are common words a lot of cheaters decide to use, but let's proceed on with the clip.
As many of you have guessed, she met someone while we were in Italy.
Oh no.
We didn't even think about that. We probably should have.
Well, yeah, keep going.
Anytime someone says, I gotta find myself, it's just focus on yourself.
Freaking Paolo, man.
Like, that's it. That's what it
Paolo,
is.
Man.
Lizzie and Paolo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She was quick to tell me that it was just a physical attraction and that they hadn't done anything, but she had his and was wanting to see if it'd go anywhere. I guess that's what I get for not feeling well and wanting to stay in one night while she went out to explore. Obviously, I told her things were over between us.
Night.
Even though she tried to make it sound like nothing had happened, the fact was, A, I couldn't feel like I could trust her when she said that, and B, I don't really want to be with someone who feels like it's okay to still keep her options open when she's been in a monogamous relationship for the past 2 years. The flight home was awkward as f***, and she tried really hard to give another pitch of why we should stay together on the drive home from the airport. I think as we got closer to home, reality started setting in and she realized she'd just thrown a lot away.
A pot-smoking slut!
Yeah, I don't think anybody is surprised by that outcome. We all knew that she wanted to find somebody else, and honestly, he should just block her and block all those friends as well. She's trying to manipulate him and gaslight him to thinking that her finding herself should be allowed in a relationship. But reality, you're just manipulating the words. You are trying to cheat. She's lucky she was able to go on that return flight. I would have dipped almost immediately after hearing that sentence.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Okay. I don't know what he thought this was, y'all, but I'm dipping. Because, y'all, I'm not paying for the
How embarrassing.
Yeah, how is this woman getting away with this? Let's be honest. A woman looking like this shouldn't be able to go on free dates. It would be even hard to me to look at this while eating my food. I would lose my appetite.
So this lady's talking about how she had this date with this guy. Everything was great. They were having good conversation, exchanging the what about you, like tell me more type conversation. They had some drinks. And then he asked her a question that pretty much ended things for her. Now, what is this question? He asked her, are you crazy? He asked her, are you crazy? Now, this is according to her. And she's basically like, what do you mean? And he's like, listen, like I dated somebody before. My ex was pretty crazy. Like she ended up stalking me. So I'm just asking, like, are you crazy? And according to her, like this was her red flag. So she decided she was done. She schooled him a little bit on the fact that he needs to be asking these questions differently. And she left. Now, this is what I want to say. If you are so turned off by a question, even if there is a valid explanation, then you are the red flag. And thank you for sharing. He probably dodged a massive bullet.
Yeah, she pretty much just proved his point by her reaction. And honestly, I have a better question you should ask during a first date, which is, what went wrong in your previous relationships? These are questions that a lot of women don't want to go into detail about because they refuse on taking any accountability. And that's exactly what happened in this clip. They don't ever want to imagine that they're the ones at fault or that they were the problem. Don't be afraid to ask these kind of questions at all during dates.
I want to date a guy, but I don't know, I can't find somebody.
Sometimes, what you're seeking
might be right in front of you.
I need a guy who is taller than me. Doesn't have to be that tall. He needs to have a dad bod like you, but not you, obviously.
Yeah, so I'm available.
And no, Sandeep. Oh, you're so cute. I love you so much, but you're like my brother. You know?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Yeah, I feel like we know a lot of people who've been through a similar experience like this, and the reality is, you are just obviously in the friend zone and you can't get out of it. The only thing you should possibly do in this case is leave the relationship and friendship, because friendships like this will constantly make you think less of yourself. It's just not a good experience.
Smart?
No.
How old are you?
15.
How old would you be if you were born 7 years ago?
13.
You'd be 13?
Yeah.
You're 15 now, right?
Yeah.
So if you were born 7 years ago, you'd be 13?
No, I'd be 14.
You'd be 14?
Yeah.
What the fuck is you doing, cuz?
Yeah, I guess this woman thought that her gender will allow her to do absolutely anything. This was damn near harassment.
Woman ran up to the man's flag and ashed a cigarette on it because she felt offended. Luckily, the police were there.
What just occurred?
He's making me mad.
Did you damage his sign?
I have it on video.
So, are we pressing?
Yes. Destruction of in the head. You'll get community service and you'll be ordered to pay restitution for the flag.
Once she realized that the man was pressing charges, she immediately started playing the victim.
I am a full-time student. I'm coming back here in the summertime.
Next time you'll think not to do it.
Dude, like you can't find any like peace in your heart and understanding.
I will tell the judge and he'll drop the charges after 6 months and you do community service.
You don't offer like second chances, redemption.
It's too late now. You had a chance not to do what you did, but you went ahead and did it anyway.
You going to jail. You're going to jail.
Isn't this beautiful to see? A person being held accountable for their actions rather than just making up any excuse to get out of it. You don't have time to suddenly play the victim and have your entire sob story. You should have thought of that before you did the crime.
In Colombia, we don't say daddy. In Colombia, we say papacito.
Do you think men are stronger than women?
No, I don't. Overall, the barriers and the obstacles that women have had to face.
Do you think people would agree with that?
I think a lot of people nowadays do.
Who? Yeah, I don't know a lot of people that are like this, but if there is, they're just idiots.
Women who are young, they're like, oh, because I match with 2,000 people on a dating app, therefore I'm a 10. We do a bikini competition every year. The guys ask me sometimes, like, what do you do when really unattractive girls show up? I'm like, let them in. I let them in because it's the first time anyone has ever showed them. Like, it's just so crazy to me when some of these girls walk up and they'll see some of these other girls that are always in the top 3 and they're like, yeah, I'm just as pretty as her. And it's like, what the are you thinking? And they just get done. It's like literally me. Just I'm in an NBA game because I hit a couple of threes in practice yesterday, and I just get destroyed. And these girls go there, and then the crazy ones is the ones who have no business being in the contest. They're the first ones to come to me and be like, your contest is rigged.
Yeah.
Why is your contest rigged? I'm like, do you really think you're as pretty as her? But like, that's the problem that happens.
And the other thing is that they're usually the most entitled ones. It's usually the top 5.
Yes.
They're super nice. They're on time.
Yeah,
they
for
don't
sure.
give us problems.
They're the
always
best.
after that who give us the most issues.
They're compensating for something. That's
Oh,
why they
yeah.
have
Oh
to
my
be
God.
on time.
Damn
They
right.
have-
Yeah, this is very true, and I've shown you guys a lot of clips of like women going on these popping balloon shows or dating shows, and the moment they get rejected, suddenly the man is the problem. They're making allegations like, oh, you just must be too broke to afford me. Oh, you're just not man enough to deal with a woman like me. Making themselves seem suddenly higher than what they really are. It's just a coping mechanism at the end of the day.
Not when it's my choice to be single.
Well, let's use another example. Let's say I live in my mom's basement. And I'm 300 pounds and I have Cheeto dust all over my shirt and I play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
Okay? And I don't smash any girls, but I walk around and I say, well, I choose not to smash girls. Is that really valid?
No, but how does that relate to what I have going on?
Oh, I like that you asked me that question.
It doesn't. I have guys I talk to, I have options, and a couple of them do want to be in a relationship, but I choose, because I could go be in a relationship
But
with
why
with
would
them
you
if
want to be in a relationship with those guys?
Anyways.
What I'm trying to establish is that the guy that has the Cheetos all over his shirt, etc., he can sit there and say, oh, I'm choosing not to have for girls, but the reality is the girls don't want him. Okay? The girls that he don't want him back.
Okay,
so when girls say, oh, I'm single by choice, that's not true. You're single because the man that you want doesn't necessarily want you back. And a lot of the times it's because of your choices that women make, because women don't understand that you make certain choices and you automatically alienate yourself from a portion of men that would have potentially taken you seriously had you not done that. But girls like to cope and say, oh, I have a bunch of choices, I have a bunch of options. All those guys on your Instagram, all those guys that come to your job, all those guys that talk to you, they just want to smash. They're not real candidates.
Okay.
So I think it's cope when girls say that.
That's your opinion.
You're not long term.
Yeah, Myron is speaking up pretty much exactly what I just said in the previous clip. It's a coping mechanism. A lot of women will do this and they think that they're prettier than they actually are, all because of the reaction and DMs they're getting from social media.
Hey, let's go ahead and bring out our next single lady. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
My name is Uche.
Uche, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Yeah, I think we all would have popped the balloon for obvious reasons.
I don't think guys understand the power they have over girls. I'm gonna use my friend as an example. She's gonna kill me for telling this story. Hopefully she doesn't watch this. So one of my guy friends has been heavily pursuing my friend. She shot him down so many times. And yet finally when he stops pursuing her, now she's obsessed with him. Like, why did I catch her rewatching a story like 5 times yesterday? Y'all don't know your power.
This is a perfect example of a girl missing the deeper meaning to a obvious problem. If you go watch the girl's entire video, her whole entire point here is that a friend of hers was talking to a guy who, was hitting her up constantly. And then all of a sudden, after, the 80th time this dude was hitting her up, finally just gave up. He was like, all right, this girl's not interested. And then after that, she became obsessed with him. She's like, guys, you don't understand the power that you hold. That's not power that a man holds. That is a problem within the girl, that she has a validation problem. You sitting there getting a guy to hit you up several times and then it doesn't occur to you that you like the guy until he withtracts his attention from you doesn't mean that he has any power. It means that you need to go to therapy. Because the reality is, as much as this girl might be convinced in her head, oh my God, yeah, I totally like this guy. As soon as she gets that validation back, the cycle is going to continue. She's going to sit there, be bored because now she's validated again. Oh my God, this guy likes me. I'm totally worth it again. And then she's going to go for the guy that she truthfully likes. I don't know how many times it needs to be explained to men. When a girl likes you, when a guy likes you, it's not a, back and forth. Oh, I wonder what this means. Oh my God, well, she texted first and she left me unread. Maybe I'll respond 11 minutes and 8 seconds later. There's none of this nonsense that goes on. We'll quickly start to learn for these men and women who make you jump through hoops just to get a single date with them is most of the time these people are just really toxic and just not really mature yet when it comes to long-term dating. Because when you finally find that person, there's none of this oh, I needed to hit her up 8 times and then she finally responds. I can guarantee you it's not that the guy has some superpower and this girl has been caught in some psychological trance. This girl is still probably a little bit immature when it comes to dating and still craves validation from men. And the moment that she gets that validation back, she's going to go right back to what she was doing before, which was not liking him. But hey,
that's it, brother. That's the way it is, cuz.
Yeah, at the end of the day, guys, if you have to resort to these kind of tactics in order to entertain a woman, she doesn't really like you. When a person really likes you, and this goes for men and women, there is no time for these games where you constantly have to chase them, hit them up, give them constant validation, play these mind games, take a few minutes to reply. All that kind of stuff is nonsense for a person who's genuinely interested in you. It's almost obvious, and if you catch yourself in these kind of situations where this woman's taking a very long time to reply, or they're just not being as responsive as you want them to be, or they're only hitting you up when you pull away your attention, then your time is only being wasted, and you're better off giving people attention who actually want you back.
I know, he's nice, he's funny, he is so into you, he's so much fun. Right now, he is. He has to be all of those things right now because he knows he's got a face for radio, so he better work on that charm.
Right, because they couldn't have possibly anything else to offer.
He's gonna start thinking, you know what, maybe I've got a lot to offer.
Oh, heaven forbid someone actually gains some self-confidence.
You treat a mediocre man like a king, he actually starts believing he's a king.
What I'm hearing so far is that a person shouldn't be treated well unless they measure up to a certain standard of attractiveness in a relationship.
And he goes out there to spin the block to see if he can get even better than you. He won't. He'll never, ever, ever win with the ugly guy.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, it kind of seems like this woman is speaking from experience. I mean, she's so detailed about this that it's almost like she got denied or rejected from a guy who's so-called ugly. And I'm not sure who's blowing up her head or inflating her ego, but she needs to take a good look in the mirror before she starts calling anyone ugly. Yeah, guys, put him on the spot. I feel like there's a lot of women that give false promises saying, hey, I'll just take out my card out of my purse, but actually have nothing in their purse. A relationship doesn't always mean that you have to pay. You're not the bank or the wallet. It's a partnership, which means both of you guys gotta pay at some point. Or just make it easier, go 50-50. But anyways, that does wrap it up, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys do want more content like this, please watch your videos. You guys see the top screen. It does my channel a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.